He watched 300,000 people die. He watched the hidden leaf burn for 9 days. He buried his sister with his own hands. The rain couldn't wash the blood from his skin, and then he woke up in a classroom filled with sunlight and laughter, in a village that never knew the flames.
Yusei. Hey, Earth to Yusei. Sensei is going to call on you if you keep spacing out.
Aoi, Ryo, Daichi. I watched all of you die in the war.
Oni-chan, what's wrong? You've been staring at nothing for 10 minutes.
She doesn't know she was ever buried. She doesn't know I held her as the light left her eyes.
His hand moved to his chest. The scar was still there, a phantom wound from a war that never happened. He was the only shinobi alive who remembered the war that never happened.
90 days. That's all I have. And then it begins again. Instructor, I need to tell you something. The village is going to be attacked in 90 days.
You say, the exam stress is getting to you. Take the rest of the day off.
Listen to me. I saw it. Fire, bodies, the entire village burning for 9 days.
Oni-chan, please stop. You are scaring everyone.
That deployment map on the wall, the troop positions match the preemptive strike exactly.
You say. Those are classified deployment plans. How do you... Guards, take him to the medical ward.
Why are you doing this? You are not yourself anymore.
He walked out alone, the weight of their stares pushing against his back.
Ryo, Aoi. They look at me like I am a ghost, but I am the only one who remembers. Fine. If no one will listen, I'll stop the war myself. No matter what it takes.
3 nights later, the village supply depot went up in flames.
These supplies fueled the first week of the war. I made sure they'll never reach the front lines.
He slipped into the shadows as alarms blared. No one saw him leave.
You say? What are you doing out here? I know what you were doing in that alley, Ryo. Selling village secrets to outside merchants.
I don't know what you are talking about.
I am not here to turn you in. I need your help.
In the council chamber, a report landed on Hattori's desk. The supply depot fire was no accident.
That boy from the academy, he warned of an attack exactly like this. Increase surveillance on him.
I can feel eyes watching me. The council is starting to move. Good. I need them off balance.
A week later, Yusei slipped into the restricted intelligence archive. His future memories showed him every guard rotation.
This directive, it's not a defensive plan. The exercise timeline matches the invasion exactly. The council is planning a first strike.
The order was unsigned, but the authorization seal belonged to the council. The Hidden Leaf was preparing to start a war. He took the document and went straight to Instructor Kenji. This time, he wouldn't be dismissed.
This is a preemptive strike order. The council is about to trigger a war we can't win. You have to believe me.
Where did you get this? Do you have any idea what you are saying? The council will have your head.
He knows something. He's not denying it, just afraid. The village really is the aggressor.
Before Kenji could respond, council guards burst into the room. They had tracked Yusei's intrusion.
Arrest him. He's seen too much.
They'll kill me to keep this secret. I have to run. Take the evidence with me.
He crashed through the window, alarms blaring. The rooftops became his escape.
These are Assassination Squad, not trackers. The council is erasing all traces.
He ducked into an alley, and a hand pulled him into a crawl space. Ryo.
I saw the council's alert. They've listed you as a rogue ninja. Why are you doing this?
Proof they're planning a preemptive war. Look.
The council seal. Treason. Fine. I am in. But we need to know who supplied the intel.
In the shadow market, a drunken ex-official mumbled about a stranger with silver hair and one glowing eye.
Silver hair. Glowing eye. That's no shinobi from any village I know. This is technology from another time.
The informant said he headed toward the old shrine in the northern forest. That's our lead.
This changes everything. If someone else came back, our war might be just a pawn in a bigger game.
The old shrine loomed under the moon, half collapsed and silent. This was where the trail ended.
Fresh footprints. Someone's here, or was just here.
Then a figure emerged from the darkness behind the altar. Silver hair, one eye glowing with cold blue light.
That's him. He's not a shinobi, he's something else entirely.
He raised a hand, and a folded paper drifted down like a fallen leaf. Then he was gone. No smoke, no sound, just empty air where he had stood.
He vanished, but he left this.
The war you remember was the kindest outcome. What kind of warning is that? Kindest outcome. He knows about the war, and he believes other timelines are far worse.
We have to track him down. There's more he's not telling us.
They backtracked through the forest, Rio leading them to a smuggler's den. His contacts knew the shadows best.
He's been recruiting. That silver-haired guy offered me a job too. Said he knew my future.
And you didn't think to mention this earlier? What exactly did he want you to do?
He said if the war happens, I'd betray the village to save my own skin. He wanted me to feed intel to the enemy.
That matches my memories. Ryo did betray the village, before he died anyway. Kaito is trying to shape the timeline.
I refused him, I swear. But he said something about a greater evil, that our war is nothing compared to what's coming.
He said the same to me. Kindest outcome. But if he's recruiting, he's building a network to ensure the war happens.
My contacts say he's met with saboteurs at the supply depot. Even a council scribe. He's everywhere.
If I stop the war, Kaito might unleash something worse. But if I don't, everyone I know dies again. Then we track his network. We'll find him and force the truth out, one way or another.
That night, Yusei and Rio slipped into the intelligence building through a forgotten maintenance hatch.
Got it. The fabricated intelligence report. Exactly as I remembered. But the author's name is missing.
No signature. Then, we can't prove the council planted it. We need their authorization seal.
The document outlined a false flag operation designed to provoke the hostile village into war. But every name was redacted. Alarms blared. The room flooded with light. They had walked into a trap.
They've sealed every exit. We're cornered.
This was a setup. Kaito must have warned them we were coming. He's still one step ahead.
Use the scroll. We'll fight our way to the roof and vanish.
They crashed through the window, onto the moonlit rooftops, shuriken slicing the air behind them.
We have the proof, but without the author, the council will twist it. I have to find out who wrote this.
They took refuge in a derelict storehouse on the village edge. The adrenaline faded into aching exhaustion.
That was too close. I counted 6 hunter squads. They're not giving up.
We can't stay here long. Kaito knew we were coming to the archives. He'll ambush us next.
A voice echoed from the shadows. You should have stayed in your timeline, you say.
I planted the report. Every leaf of paper, every forged seal, and you've been playing right into my hands.
Rio lunged, but Kaito moved like lightning. A brutal kick sent Ryo crashing into the far wall.
Rio!
He's alive, barely, but you won't be.
A palm strike to his chest sent Yusei skidding across the floor. Blood dripped from his mouth.
Remember, the war you remember was the kindest outcome. Stop interfering, or I'll show you true hell.
By dawn, Yusei had splinted Ryo's ribs and sealed his own wounds with a crude healing jutsu. Neither could afford to stop.
Kaito is working with the council, but we don't know the terms. We need intel from their side.
A low-level council courier. They know the schedule. We intercept one tonight.
That evening, near the council gate, they grabbed a messenger and dragged him into an alley.
The agreement with the silver-haired man. What did the council promise him in exchange for the false report?
Shivering, the courier confessed. Kaito required the council to launch the strike before the moon was full. 7 days at most.
That's in 5 days. Kaito is accelerating the timeline. The war is closer than I remembered.
The spy also revealed that Kaito had placed more operatives inside the village, feeding the council exactly what they wanted to hear.
5 days? We're out of time. If we don't expose the council by then, the entire village marches to its death.
Then I have no choice. I'll take everything we have to the village square and force the council's hand in public.
Yusei didn't go to the square. He went back to the old shrine, alone, following the trail of Kaito's residual temporal energy.
Kaito, I know you are still here. Face me and explain yourself.
I told you to stop interfering, but you are too stubborn, just like I was.
His voice wasn't mocking now. It carried the weight of someone who had seen too many timelines crumble.
You remember one war, you say. I have lived through 17. This timeline is the least bloody.
A vision swirled between them. A colossal beast of bone and shadow turned villages to ash, and no shinobi could stand against it.
This is what happens if our war doesn't happen. Everyone dies anyway.
The Fourth War is terrible, but it forces the hidden villages to unite. Without it, that thing awakens, and it devours the world.
300,000 people. You are saying their sacrifice is necessary. I won't accept that.
But the monstrous image seared into his mind, a shadow that would not leave. He understood the price now, and it was unbearable.
You are so sure the war is necessary. But what if your interference is what made that beast a threat? What if you are wrong?
I've seen that logic before. I thought so too, in my 5th life. I was wrong.
Then show me the original timeline. The one before you started manipulating. Let me see it with my own eyes.
The projection shifted. A world where the villages remained isolated. One by one, they fell, not to war, but to a creeping darkness.
That darkness. It's the same monster, but in my memories, it only appeared after the Fourth War ended.
Coincidence. The war's devastation weakens the seal. Yes, but without the unity it forces. The seal breaks anyway, just slower and with no one to fight it.
Then, the real problem is the seal. If I can unite the villages without the war, I can strengthen the seal another way, my time seal. It lets me glimpse possible futures. I can find a path where we expose the council and unite the villages before the beast awakens.
You can't. Every path ends in flames. I've seen them all. Don't be a fool, you say.
Then I'll walk a path you've never seen. I'll use my seal to find a way, or make one.
Yusei knelt in a forest clearing, pressing his palm to the ground. The time seal burned, white light tracing ancient lines up his arm.
Take everything. All my strength. Show me the one path where we win without the war.
A vision flooded him. The village square. Hattori in chains. The other Kage nodding in alliance. Behind them, the ancient seal, unbroken, radiating peace. It was possible. Then the vision shattered. A blade sliced through the image, and Kaito's form materialized, his cybernetic eye blazing red.
I warned you. You've forced my hand. That future is a lie. I'll stop you here.
He's faster than before. The seal drained me, but I have to survive. This vision is our only hope.
D here, and the timeline is saved. Your sacrifice will be honored.
Not today.
The explosion of flame and smoke bought him seconds. Yusei vanished into the undergrowth. The vision seared into his mind.
I saw it. The council exposed. The villages united. I can make it real. Just keep moving.
Yusei stumbled through the door of the old shrine, blood still caked on his tunic.
Oni-chan, your wounds. You are bleeding everywhere.
I found her after Kaito attacked us. She was searching for you.
I have to tell you both the whole truth. The war, the time seal, Kaito, all of it. And I have proof.
He spread the stolen document and the vision's afterimage on the shrine floor. Sakura's hands shook as she read.
You really died in my arms in another life. I believe you, Oni-chan. What do we do?
There's a broadcasting jutsu scroll in the communications tower. We steal it, and at dawn, I'll broadcast the truth to the entire village.
That night, they crept into the communications tower, Ryo disabling the alarm seals while Yusei and Sakura kept watch. The scroll was heavy with chakra, but Yusei tucked it into his jacket. One more night, and the truth would be free.
I won't let you do this alone. Not again.
At dawn, as the council convened to finalize the strike, Yusei and Ryo slipped through the servant passages into the heart of the chamber.
People of the Hidden Leaf, the council you trust has been deceiving you. This is the forged evidence that was meant to start a devastating war.
The scroll projected the stolen document onto the chamber walls and every communication orb in the village. The council's seal was unmistakable.
Silence him. Guards.
In the village square, hundreds stopped and stared. The images were undeniable.
The boy was telling the truth all along, and I helped cover it up.
Arrest him. Shut down the broadcast.
Ryo intercepted the first guard, giving Yusei the seconds he needed to finish. The council chamber erupted. Elders shouted, guards fought, and the civilians outside began to gather, their faith shattered.
The truth is out, but the strike force is already beyond recall. I've stopped the conspiracy, not the war.
The chaos in the council chamber went still. A cold pressure descended over the entire village, snuffing the morning light.
You did it, Yusei. You stopped the strike. And now you've doomed everyone.
He materialized on the council rooftop, silver hair whipping in a gale that didn't exist a moment before.
The seal I was maintaining is breaking. The beast you saw in my vision, it comes now.
The sky above the village square split open. A swirling black rift, and from it, a claw the size of a building reached down.
Oni-chan, what is that thing?
Stay back. Find Ryo and get everyone to the shelters. I'll hold it off.
He turned to face the emerging horror. It was exactly as Kaito's vision had shown. Bone, shadow, and endless hunger.
I saw a future where we beat this. All I have to do is reach it.
He launched himself toward the rift, a spear of light against the darkness. He struck the beast with a lance of compressed time. But its hide absorbed the blow like a stone in water, and from the rift, more horrors poured. Each one a nightmare given form. They were endless.
I can't kill them fast enough. The rift is the source. I have to seal it.
He pressed his palms together, the time seal igniting every rune on his body. A sacrifice of years to close a hole in the world. On the rooftop, Kaito's smirk faltered. He knew the cost of that technique. The sealing weave strained, but his chakra alone wasn't enough. The rift screamed, fighting back.
If I give everything, I'll die. But if I don't, everyone else will.
You'd really die for this timeline? For people who called you insane?
They're worth more than the fear I carry. I won't let you decide who lives.
He collapsed, the seal unraveling. Above, the rift roared. Kaito stepped closer, but his hands didn't form a killing technique.
He's still fighting, even now. I've never seen this. Maybe this timeline is different. Fine. If you are this determined, I'll lend you my power. But if this fails, we're both dead.
White runes and blue circuitry spiraled together. The seal lattice reignited, threads of light sewing the rift shut. The monster shrieked as the rift collapsed. Its form dissolved into ash, scoured by the closing seam of reality. Kaito screamed as the feedback tore through his circuits. But he didn't let go until the darkness vanished.
Just a little more. I can feel the seal closing. Don't stop.
Then the sky was quiet. The rift was gone. The darkness sealed. Both of them crashed onto the rubble, gasping. Kaito's cybernetic eyes sparked and went dark. The war that never happened, and the war that was worse, had both been averted. The only remains were two strangers who had held the world on their shoulders, and a silence that felt like forgiveness. The villagers who had hidden now emerged, dragging the cowering council from the shattered chamber.
Treason. I was only trying to protect us.
Kaito laughed weakly, his form flickering at the edges.
Looks like my timeline is rewritten. I won't exist here much longer. Take care of this world, Yusei.
Wait. You can't just disappear. There's still so much you could teach us.
But there was nothing left to reach. The silver-haired regressor dissolved into the sunlight. The village square became a place of cheers and tears. Yusei and Sakura were lifted onto shoulders, hailed as saviors.
Oni-chan, we did it. We really saved everyone.
But Yusei's eyes held the weight of 300,000 ghosts. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes.
I remember every face, every name. The war didn't happen, but I can't forget the war that did.
As dusk fell, Yusei slipped away from the celebration. He walked to a quiet hill outside the village, where he had once dug a grave.
I knew you'd come here. This place. It's where you buried me, isn't it?
It was the hardest thing I've ever done. I held your hand until it went cold, and I couldn't do anything to save you.
But you did save me. You saved everyone. The Oni-chan who failed isn't here anymore. I have the one who won.
She's right. I am not the same person who failed. I have the power to protect now, not just to mourn.
They stayed there until the stars came out, a silent promise passing between them.
I'll protect this world, Sakura, no matter what comes. This timeline will not fall.
And I'll be right beside you. We won't let the past repeat.
He placed a small flower on the wooden marker, a grave for a future that never happened, and a memorial for the burden he would carry alone.
I remember. So I can keep them safe. That is my seal, my promise.
The clouds of smoke gave way to scaffolding and fresh paint. The hidden leaf rebuilt itself, brick by brick, smile by smile.
Look, the Dango shop reopened. Aoi said she'd buy me a dozen if I helped her move the sign.
Just like that, a whole village carried forward by simple kindnesses. But I can feel it. The seal beneath us. It still needs guarding.
A flicker passed through his eye. The rune of the time seal pulsed once, like a heartbeat.
Another ripple. The seal is holding, but it's not permanent. I'll need to reinforce it someday.
Oni-chan, you spacing out again? Don't worry, I'll smack you awake if Kaito's ghost comes back.
Old habit. But I am here. This is real. Come on. Let's get those dango before Aoi eats them all.
They walked side by side through the peaceful streets. A brother and sister who had seen the end of the world and chosen to start again. But in the back of his mind, a clock was ticking. Not for war, for the next ripple. The timeline was intact, but fragile as glass. And for now, that was enough. As the sun began to set, Yusei and Sakura walked to the edge of the village, where the forest whispered ancient secrets.
The seal is quiet today. Maybe tonight we can actually sleep without nightmares.
But in the tree line, a shape detached itself from the shadows. A silhouette that did not belong to this timeline. It watched them with eyes that had seen empires crumble, and it smiled. A sharp pulse burned through his chakra network. His rune flared white, a silent alarm.
Oni-chan, what's wrong?
Nothing. Just a chill.
He had learned the difference between paranoia and instinct, and this felt like an old friend waiting to be recognized. He didn't look back, because looking back would make it real. And for tonight, he chose peace, but it knew. It always knew. The Time War had only changed form, and the only shinobi who remembered would never be allowed to forget.